Shalom. First and foremost, above all things, I want to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, Rakah Kodash. I'm from the Prophets in Babylon out of the Waco, Texas camp, affiliated with the branch of Prophets in Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida. I'm your brother Atiyat. I like to give a special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. May the blessing of election be upon your household and you sincere brothers and you few sisters out there that listen. And lesson for today is the MOTB fastly approaches. And Lord willing, I hope and pray that this will be an edifying lesson. So, you have sedition in some of these cities where you have the National Guard, which the National Guard has been in D.C. and now it's in Chicago. You add in that the cost of living is steady going up. Whether you're buying food, whether you're buying, trying to buy a car, houses, getting an apartment, everything is steady going up, and it's been doing this ever since 2020. And so all this going on, the sedition, it's going to lead up to the MOTB, because things are going to get so bad out here, that these people are going to lose it, and they're going to, have no regards for these people who run the government. Case in point, let me read this. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, that shall not regard their kings nor princesses, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, so, things are going to get so bad that, you're going to have a lot of people, including Jake as well, who's going to be invading other houses and breaking into them, trying to look for food, because things are, are going to be so bad. And that's how they do. This is Esau Edom. That's how he works. He sets things up to where he makes order out of chaos. And his chaos, after the chaos, he's going to say, well, you know what? I got a solution. And the solution is the MOTB. Because at the end of the day, Esau Edom, beginning with the wicked elite, they want total control. See, their mindset is to be like the Most High. That's why the scriptures always say that this man his pride is so high. Let me get that right quick. Because he's prideful. He wants to be like the Most High, And here you got the Most High. He knows our thoughts. He knows our movements. He knows how we move before we even know we're going to move that way. You know what I'm saying? But see, he wants to be the same way. And it shows you the arrogance and the prideness and the how proud and how prideful this man is, man. It's the book of Obadiah. See, his heart is so, that pride that he has in his heart has deceived him into thinking that he can be like the Most High. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock. That's talking about Esau Edom, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is or He exists. And then you have the Son's name, which is Yahweh Shai, which means He that delivers. So at the end of the day, it'll be Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai who will bring him down, because you have to understand Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai was the one who exalted him. He went from a man that grunt and scratches himself, him and his woman, to being in this on another level to where he could speak very eloquently, you know. And as the scriptures say in Psalms chapter 55 and verse 21, his words are smoother than butter. You know, so this man, he speaks, you know, he speaks great things as is spoken of in Daniel chapter 7 and 25. And one of them is going to be, okay, I got a solution, you know, and his mindset, his solution is the MOTB. Let me get that. Which represents the RFID microchip. And so that's his thing. He wants to microchip everyone, because his mindset is to have total control over the people, mainly the Israelites. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Yeah. So this is what he's gonna do. He's gonna come with this MOTB, and this is what's it's talking about here in Revelation chapter 13 and 16 and 17. And see, without this mark in your forehead or your right hand or left hand, what have you, you won't be able to buy or sell. So, you know, those who don't take it will be considered as what they call outcasts. And we would rather be outcast anyway, because our trust and hope is in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, not in no, you know, freaking microchip, man. You know, our trust is in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because we know that this power that he has over the world, as spoken of in over the earth, is spoken of in Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth was given unto the wicked, but the Lord put him in that power to be over the, the earth was given unto the wicked. So, and we know that he was exalted into this power by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But now Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to take that power away from him. So he's not as powerful as he think he is, you know. So our trust and our hope is in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So this is what happens if you take this thing, man. You know. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9 and 10. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yeah. So those who take the mark, you know, they're going to be tormented and destroyed. You know, and that's going to be by those missiles, you know, that they're going to be firing over here in America. They're going to die, you know, they're going to be missile food, man. So it's best to take heed in what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is saying, man. Not take heed in what these people are doing, because these people, you know, they're only ruling for a short time, man. It's Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai who put them in charge for a little short time. But now the Lord is going to take over, and He's going to bring His Son Yahweh Shai into power, you know, so we can live in decency. Because living here is not, this is not decency, man. We live in what you call modern day Babylon. Babylon means confusion. This is a place where men can lie with men, women can lie with women. You know, they charge for everything. They charge for, you know, put taxes on water. You know, something that should be essential for everyone. You know, but this is how this wicked man moves, man. Because his idea, he wants total control. Revelation 16:2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast upon them, which worshipped his image. Yeah. So you take this mark, a grievous sore is gonna be, you know, a grievous sore is gonna pop up on you, man. You know, and see, what it shows you that you shouldn't be taking this thing in the first place. But a lot of people are gonna take it because, you know, these are the same people that's spoken of in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 through 3. You know, where they have put their trust in Egypt. You know, which Egypt means, I believe it means heavy bondage. You know, this place, America, is also referred to as Egypt, modern day Egypt, because when you think about it, we're in captivity right now. We're all debt slaves. We went from being slaves to becoming government slaves. You know, slaves to the government, basically. You know. So I'll read here in Habakkuk, because you got to understand the mindset of this man. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4 and 5. So you have to understand the enemy. The enemy is Esau Edom, man. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Yeah, so right now he's lifted up. He's thought of as very high-minded. You know, he walks around with these nice suits on, and you know, and it's all Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai who elevated him. You know, but he's elevating him for him to take that big fall, and that's what's going to happen. He's going to take a big fall from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai once he gives that signal to Yahweh Shai to come on down and execute judgment on this, you know, on this devil, man. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. He's not an upright man. But the just shall live by faith, by his faith. Yeah, so we are going to live by our faith, man. You know, we're going to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We have faith that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us from all this madness that's coming. This is why we go out on the highways and the hedges, and this is why we do these videos right here, warning the people, our people of the great destruction that's going to happen, man. You know. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. Now that wine means these false philosophies. See, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gave us instructions, on the earth, as well as how to move on the earth, you know. But this man, he came with his own instructions on how, to do things, you know. And this is why you have men lying with men and women lying with women, things of that nature, so on and so on. These unrighteous decrees, things of that nature, these unlawful laws. He is a proud man, neither a keeper at home. Yeah, meaning he goes all around the earth, keeping up shit. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Yeah. And this is what he does. And how he's going to do it. One way is how he's going to do it is the MOTB. He's going to have everybody, all the nations, to adhere and take this MOTB and believe it. All these other nations, they're all for it. At the end of the day, they may be bickering with each other, whatever. But at the end of the day, they come on one accord to do this, to be for this MOTB. But at the end of the day, they're going to get so far, and then the Lord is going to, he's going to step in and he's going to execute judgment upon Esau, Edom, and that's what we're looking forward to. So, Lord willing, I hope and pray that this is an edifying lesson. Once again, I want to give all praises and honor and glory that's definitely due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'rkah Kodash. Special double honors to the elders and apostles on down at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Until the next time, Lord willing, I'll say shalom.